In this video, I'll provide an overview of our research project for the course. So here we are on the home page. I'm going to go ahead and click into the research project. And so here is the instructions for the research project for the entire semester. You'll note that there are tabs up here depending on which part of the project we're working on. At a high level, what we're doing for the project is picking a city or region that you're interested in studying. So when you did the week 1 homework and I asked you to contact me using the Ask My Instructor link, you shared some locations that you would like to travel to someday. So I've compiled as much of the locations that I could from the Airbnb datasets to give you more options. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here, which will show you the Airbnb datasets. There's a brief description on where the data came from. It actually comes from a third party called Inside Airbnb, which has downloaded data off the Airbnb website so that we can see what Airbnb rentals look like around the world. There's a link here that has a brief description on all the variables in the data set files, so you'll want to review that. And then here are the data sets. So hopefully there's a city or location that interests you that you can pick from these options. We'll go ahead and click back. So the overall goal is to come up with a business idea that we can open up in a particular city or region, and then analyze the Airbnb data to help market or support that business. While you are doing research using this data, you should also be doing outside research to learn more about that location or that business. Another thing you'll notice is that for our research project, all of these parts here, you'll actually be doing first through the discussion board. So during week 3's discussion board, it will ask you to start thinking about which city or region you want and a business idea that you'll share out with your discussion board group. So you get to brainstorm first through the discussion board before you have to actually submit these research project components. So after each discussion board, you'll then take the feedback you get from your peers and copy and paste that and edit it and put it into a business memo to submit as part of the assignment. So for instance, the first project part is part 1, it's your proposal. You are going to identify your city or region and why you want to study it. And it could be a personal reason, like family lives there, or it can be a more business reason, like you know that area is popular for a type of activity. Then you'll identify the business idea that you want to pursue and why it's a good idea. And then you'll identify which potential variables of interest from the data that you might want to analyze and why. This is just some initial thoughts. You're not being asked to analyze anything. You can always change it later in the semester as we learn more about the statistics. This is really just some pre-planning that we're doing in this part 1. You should also identify the secondary sources to your topic. So you might go out using Google and do some more research about your city or your business idea to get some additional support. If you click here, there is a business memo template that you can use. And down at the bottom, I've included a link to examples for this assignment and for all the assignments throughout the semester. So if you click here, it takes you to a page where I've got all the examples for all the different parts for the project. So that's the overall research project. The first upcoming assignment is the proposal itself, but we're going to do a discussion board first to help you brainstorm. And then as the semester progresses, the next part will be part 2 on descriptive statistics. After you've picked your location and business idea, you're going to start cleaning and organizing your data and creating descriptive statistics based on Chapter 2, where you learn how to do charts and graphs, and Chapter 3, where you learn how to do some numeric measures. Part 3 of the project is where you're going to apply your learning from chapters 5 and on in the semester to calculate some inferential statistics. Then in part 4, you'll be putting together a PowerPoint presentation with recorded narration. And again, there are examples here and I've got a rubric, so you can read through all of this at your leisure. But know that I'm going to provide a video explaining each component in greater detail throughout the semester. This is just a high-level overview. The fifth part, this is where you'll be put in groups of 4 and you will watch 3 other students' presentation and provide feedback using a discussion board. And then in part 6, using the feedback you get from me and from your peers, you will write what corrections or changes you would make to your presentation if you had to do it again, and explain how you achieve the student learning outcomes. Again, there's a rubric and there's examples. So everything you need is in this research project page for all the different assignments. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know.